We're live.
Hey everybody, welcome to AKA Geeks. This is our Avengers Infinity War first reactions non-spoiler review. With me I have Lynn.
What's up, everybody?
I'm Sean, of course. And let's get into this. This is a non-spoiler review. We want to give everybody some time to go watch the film. Hopefully we can get out a full spoiler review sometime in the next week and get down and dirty with what the specific details. But Lynn, let's start off with some positives. Some of the aspects of the film that you like.
Aspects of the film. Music. Alan Silvestri breaks it out of the ballpark again. All the music is intense. It's emotional when it needs to be. It's exciting when it needs to be. Music is on par. I mean, back to back, especially with the Ready Player One score. It's like, wow. The team makeups the movie doesn't feel crowded with everybody being as many characters as there are. Never feels crowded, never feels like somebody gets lost in the shuffle. So nice flow with keeping everybody balanced and try to fit everybody in. So I'm trying hard not to give even major plot points away, but yeah, but it's a gut punch. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I know I got more, but
let me throw some out there. Maybe this will stir some stuff in you.
Yeah,
make you think. So first of all, like you said, Lynn, they do a really good job of making it so nobody gets lost in the shuffle with this film with all the heroes.
Yeah.
This film it's not your usual superhero film. This film, in my opinion, is more towards the side of them showing you a good villain, them building a good villain.
Finally.
And well, there's been some good ones, but this one dedicates a good portion of the film to make sure that this has impact on us as fans. They do a good job with that. The relationships with certain people, the new relationships and the older relationships, great job with some of them. And then there's some poignant moments in the film where they get some of these heroes where they've grown, and you see how far they've grown until this film.
Yeah, and some of the new tandems that are made in this, how emotionally invested they are in one another because of what their experiences is incredible, because you don't expect them in that short amount of time that they're next to one another or they're at odds with one another to have this much of an impact on one another.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, they do such a good job of being able to show the arc of some of these characters who might have started a complete opposite, or done almost a 180, or been at least able to improve themselves as a character. And they've done this arc, and you get to see it with some of the new team ups that you get in here. Some of the dynamics are amazing. Like, they might be adversary a little bit slightly, and then maybe they kind of turn over into the, okay, now I understand you and why you're doing, and it's done in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not happening over 3 movies. They do a good job, and they're able to do it in one film. It's really good in that aspect. Like, again, relationships on all these different levels we're talking about. The relationships built in this film were really well done. The heroes don't get lost in the mix, like you said. The villain does a great job. Josh Brolin, great job. Hats off.
He impressed the shit out of me, man.
His voice,
yeah.
And I hope that this was motion capture, because
I think it was.
The physicalness and how Thanos walked and his facial expressions, like, for being a big old CG dude, like, there's some emotion in his face and scenes in this, and it's like, good job, dude.
Yeah.
Unexpected. I was reading an article that I was going to present in the podcast today, and it talks about how they kept this a secret, and we'll talk about it maybe a little bit in the podcast as well. But they were able to keep this film tight-lipped, and that's why we're doing this non-spoiler reviews. They've been able to keep it tight-lipped, made it so everything in there, it's surprising for us. Some of it, you think it's going to happen, it might happen different, or you saw it trailer.
And
It
bringing,
happens. It's different.
Bringing
It's
that up is perfect segue with what I had. Looking back at the trailers, the three trailers that we had,
no spoilers.
those trailers don't tell you shit of what's going on. In comparison, when you see the scenes that are in the trailers and when they come up, no way did we think they were coming in the way we were thinking. So everything in the trailer throws you off right off the bat.
The trailers were more so like little screen grabs of the movie, and so it did a good job of not revealing too much. And so the overall, this film was, I would just say, and I'm not going to be shy with my words, this movie is masterfully directed.
Yes.
The way this movie was put together by the Russo brothers, something that nobody's ever seen in cinema ever. It's amazing.
And you know what's funny is that in paying attention to the characters, and considering that the characters are done by different directors and different people throughout their proper films, watching this movie, I feel like I'm watching their sections that they're involved in. Said characters are done by those people that were already working on them. Like it felt like
of adapting them to this movie.
Exactly. So that which means I commit to Marvel's extreme importance on this, because it felt like Gunn was right in the Guardians. You know what I mean? And everybody who's done the Cap films, it felt like Cap's character was written straight out of his projects or films. Everybody felt real, grounded to what we were accustomed to their characters building. There was nothing new presented. They were exactly like we expected them to be. Not some producer's idea of what they are after seeing them so long.
Any changes in the character were changes that were earned over the course of the film. Of in their films, of the Guardian films, of the Captain America films, of the Iron Man films. It's these arcs that we've been seeing their characters grow, and some of it pays off in this film, so it's really good. Lynn, let's jump into some negatives. Do you have any negatives?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And my biggest negative is with Thanos, and this is surprising because where they did build up a grounded villain, which with proper sense, I thought they also made a little too much effort to make you feel for him when you shouldn't. And I going back to reading the comics, I feel like, okay, you get a little bit of that because you do get that in the books as well, but not as much in the film. It's a little bit for me over a little too much. Like he was a little too sensitive. And during the Infinity War or Infinity Gauntlet or Infinity Crusades, he's still shown as a madman. In here, I never saw the madman side of things. Like, he gave his solid reasonings in his way of thinking of why he was doing what he was doing. And if you listen to him and see, it's like we say with Walking Dead. We see everything from Rick's perspective, but if we saw it from Negan's, we would have thought Negan a hero. And this is where I think Marvel was trying to do with Thanos. Try to make him sort of on that line of being an anti-hero. Like giving him true justification for his causes. And making you feel for him. As a, not a Mad Titan. I never got the Mad Titan feel out of him. I got him as a solid villain for the Avengers because of what the danger he presented, but besides that, he wasn't. There was a bit of sadisticness that he was missing. Like he was too calm with everything. But I think that it balanced itself out with the children of Thanos, because they were a little bit more sadistic. So I think that's where the balance was for me. So I was okay with being, but once they were out of the picture, it was a little too much for me. Like, okay, dude, I get it. You have your reasons. You're supposed to be the Mad Titan, Thanos. You're not mad enough. You know what I mean? That's just because I know the character overall.
I disagree with you. That's why.
Well, but I'm talking about like 30 years of how Jim Starlin wrote him in Silver Surfer on top of all the Infinity books and any cosmic event that Marvel had. He's a lot docile in this movie than he ever was in the books, while still having justification in the books, he was a lot more mad and angry and what have you. And he was a little too docile for me in this. So, that's my only pet peeve with the film as far as that. And there's something else that I read by certain critics that say that the movie never slows down. That it's like big. Yeah, one of the critics that I read was like,
I feel like the movie has a really good pace to it.
So did I, which is where I was going with this. I don't know what they were thinking, because yes, all the scenes are big, but that's because of the importance of everything that's going on.
It's a universal scale.
Yeah.
It's a planetary scale on every...
But it's not like you're getting hit every 2 seconds with boom, boom,
and they
boom,
do
boom.
a good job of weaving them together.
Yeah.
Of when there needs to be dialogue and when there needs to be the action.
And there's also those soft, mellow moments where you can actually, okay, here's a breather before anything ramps up again, or or they punch you in the gut again. You know, there was these little moments of, all right, catch your breath, because we're going to hit you, and we're going to hit you hard.
So I haven't read. I've paid attention a little bit to reviews, but not really. I've seen some headlines, things like that, but nothing major really. So I'm going to start doing that this next week or so. But my only negative is that there's something said in this film that is, to me, seems more accurate to the MCU. And there's a certain film that Marvel made a deal with that kind of messes up that continuity with a number. and that's all. That's literally my only negative. I have no negatives about this. I liked everything about it. It's a punch to the gut, like you said, but
from
in the
get-go.
In the best of ways, though. It's in the best of ways. I can't wait to see if all the extended scenes in here, I can't wait to see it, because I can imagine there's stuff that we didn't see that they allude to in the film. There's at least extended scenes.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the way like high-resed out, but at least like something's acted on,
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see that stuff. I don't have any negatives. Lynn, give us...
My main thing was Thanos.
Yeah. Give us your overall.
Well, before I get into the overall, I want to describe the feeling that was in the theater, because I think this is important.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that. It's just the only thing we can't describe when we felt what, but
no. This is an overall feeling about what I experienced with other people, and this is a long time. This is the only movie that I've been to, especially the Marvel films. All 10 years, I've gone to all of them in theaters, and this is the first movie where at the end, the entire theater, it was like a 60 seconds or 2 minute moment of silence, because it was like a stunned silence and nobody moved, which was one of the first things that I noticed. Nobody got up. Then after about 5-10 minutes, you got a few little whispers here and there. Somebody even said, "Really? Is this it? It's done?" And I never experienced... It was so solemn in that theater after this, but not in a, oh my God, I can't believe, they weren't sad that the movie was over. They were just like, you're leaving there stunned but yet amazed. Mm-hmm. Which I think in a long time that there hasn't been a movie that's done this. Mm-hmm. And seeing the reaction of these people, as I was like, dude, I was done. I was like, fuck, and I got nobody to talk to, because I can't talk to anybody about this. And I said to you, no spoilers. And it kills me because I want to, because I feel like there's so much emotions that I got built up, and it's going to...
And we're not going to talk about spoilers even when we're off there until we do review.
Until we do the the spoiler cast. And I'm going Sunday with the family, because I figured this is one, and I'm actually a little worried for Ronan, because will he be able to react, the same? But I'm gonna take it, and at least I'll have him to talk to, and the wife.
In my theater there was cheers, there was a majority of the theater clapping at certain moments.
Yeah, we got cheers for certain reappearances and breakthroughs. Yeah, we got that.
there was even moments like throughout the film where I was like, like aghast, not in a bad way, but actually there was sometimes it was in a bad way and sometimes it was in a good way. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, that was badass. Oh no, well, that just happened.
Yeah.
You know, it was, and then not, and I wasn't the only one. So it was like you said, it's 10 years of people watching these films and waiting for this culmination, and it was good for, I think, everybody to just kind of let it out. At times you kind of want to pull back because you want to be able to hear and see what's going on, but it's good to let it out and really enjoy that and let yourself enjoy it. Yep. You know, wash right over you. Yeah. So, what overall thought about the film? We won't do anything until spoiler review.
If I was to put it in my list of Marvel films, I would say it would be in my top 5 out of 10. So, and that's pushing a lot of films out of the way. So I definitely have to go with an A+ with this. Marvel really hit home with it. I'm looking forward to how they follow this up, and considering that the trailer to Ant-Man and the Wasp was right before this. Now, because I went to the Fan Fest, I don't know if you got this, so I'm curious. There was like a 20 to 30 minute interview piece with the cast and the Russos about the film, leading up to the beginning of the film. And they were talking how they kept things under wrap, like you were saying. But I'm glad I experienced it as a fan event. And I gotta say, like I said, it's an A+ for me. And I'm really hoping and seeing what Marvel pulls out of their cap next to lead us into whatever the next one is. Whenever. I really can't wait a year for this, though.
I really love this film. I'm not going to give it a grade until we do spoiler reviews. I really think everybody needs to go watch this film.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece of what was set in front of two brothers to do with all these different characters, all this different storylines. They just did it masterfully.
Yeah.
And it's something that needs to be seen in the theater. The film is filmed entirely 100% on IMAX cameras. You saw it in IMAX. I'm gonna go see it in IMAX. There are definitely some scenes of this film that need that bigger screen and better sound system. I really love this film. I really loved it. Everybody needs to go see it.
Yeah, I am already pre-ordering it from Target because Target has a thing with exclusive shiny Iron Man pop. But I'm already pre-ordering the 4K Blu-ray because, as always, Amazon doesn't get the Disney stuff until the last minute. Yeah. And I'd rather get something where I can get a deal. So definitely watch it as soon as you can. See it multiple times. Like I said, going back Sunday. Swallow my emotions again. Have the family there and just get it out of the way. But definitely go check it out. Yeah, just prep yourself because it's a wild ride. Yeah.
Like I said on today's podcast, I'm gonna have some stuff, and it's not gonna be spoiler again, but it's gonna be some stuff that I saw some stories about the making of this, as well as some statistics. So stay tuned, join us for that. Any last words before I sign us off, Lynn?
No, just catch us on the podcast right after we're done here with this live movie review. And then as well, check us out next week on the podcast because I think that's where we'll have the spoiler review, you said, right?
Yeah. If we could do one separate, then even better. And then do the podcast, great. But it'll probably, I'd say next Thursday, or something like that. That'll give people a week to go see it before we get it out. So yeah, join us podcast right after this. Next week, look forward to that spoiler review. Thank you for joining us, and for Lynn, myself, we'll see you next time. Peace.